Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty blog, and welcome to this week's Pick 5. Now, first things first this week, and this is very important, so pay close attention. I'm trying to bring back the short sleeve dress shirt. Yes, the short sleeve dress shirt. Am I right? No? Is it cool or not? Honestly, I'm bringing it back. I like it. It's so summery. Short sleeves, but a dress shirt. Now, I used to rock this look circa 2007 or 8, and everyone in my office made fun of me. Or, as we say in 2018, I was bullied. So, what do you think? Feel free to send me a note, or more importantly, a photo of somebody from Saved by the Bell from the early 90s wearing said short sleeve dress shirt. All I need is like a little pocket protector here. Remember, they would do this, and then they would have all of their pens here. I look like Screech from Saved by the Bell. Anyways, guys, no, actually that wasn't important, but I did want to lead with it. This week, as you saw from the title, I want to talk about 3-bedroom, semi-detached in the central core. Now, this isn't a starter home per se, but then again, it is. It just depends on for the person. I do a lot of pick 5s on 3 bedrooms on the east side. Those are real starter homes because that's where the value is, right? In the central core, we're talking about Davisville, Leaside, Bedford Park, right? There's a lot of areas up in that area, say Allenby is another one. A lot of make-believe names too. Cricket Club, that's not really an area, it's more of a club, and then people live near it. But you know how we real estate agents are. So all of these areas combined, let's essentially say from Moore up to the 401. It's pretty big, right? And then let's say from, I don't want to say Bathurst, but say from Avenue over to east of Bayview. That's a massive grid, but that is the central core. So effectively what I want to answer today is the question, what does it cost for me to get into one of these areas in a 3-bedroom? Now, why one of these areas? Well, most of them have very good school districts, and they're also, as I said, central core, very close to the Yonge Line if you need key transit. So I'm going to put up a little bit of a list here, whichever side works. What are we going to look at other than the fact that it's a semi and it's a 3-bedroom? First of all, we're going to look at how many bathrooms it has. I think that's pretty simple. Are they going to have an ensuite bathroom, for example? Probably not. Think about this as a starter home. Do you have kids? Will you have kids? When your kids are 16, do you want to share a bathroom with them? That's why I always look at the number of bathrooms. Also, powder room or second shower in the basement. Second thing I want to look at is the lot size. Obviously, there's a big difference between a 20-foot and a 25-footer. Yes, it's 5 feet, but think about 5 feet in every single room. The width is massively different. Next, I want to look at the basement. Is the basement finished? If it is, you've got a rec room potential for a 4th bedroom. You also probably have that 4-piece bathroom. Then I want to look at parking. We always look at parking. Do you have no parking? Do you have a mutual where the listing is lying to you, saying that you actually can park a car? Do you have a legal front pad? Do you have a private driveway? Do you have a garage? Then I want to look at the family room. Most of these will not have a family room. I believe one of them does. And by family room, and let me just gather my thoughts for a minute. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing people say that there's a family room when there's not. A family room is in the main floor. It's an extension off the back of the house, off the original footprint. So when you list a house for sale and you say family room and you draw the letter Y and there's no family room, what in the hell are you referring to? Oh, the living room at the front of the house? If it's your first day in real estate, no problem. Living room, family room, who the hell knows? But seriously, experienced agents are doing this, and it bothers me. It's just blatant lying on a listing, like saying there's parking when there's not. And I don't think we're going to see one of those today. There was one house I was looking at. I can't remember where it was, but it said family room, and there was no family room. There's also one, actually, I won't get into it. I think it's my brokerage's listing. But it said family room, and there is no family room. Where's the family room? It's not in the basement. You know why? Because that's the basement. It's the rec room. And that was a tangent. I can't see anything. Oh my God, that's so much better. So last but not least, we're going to look at the school district. All of these are in good school districts, but it is important to point them out. Okay, let's go to the map here, guys. As you can see, central core. So here's the 401. A little bit too far for me up by Wilson for my own liking. But we're down in here in Bedford Park, down through Allenby, over here in North Leaside, and over here in Davisville Village. So the first one we're going to look at here, guys, is 218 Woburn. So 1.1. Not bad. Not a bad start. Now, I know some of you are looking for 800, and you're probably on the east side. Again, I've done a million pick 5s on the 2 bedrooms that hopefully you can pull for 750, and some of the 3-bed, 2 baths on the east side. We're into a different area now. We are into Bedford Park. So I want to show you this. See this playground right here? My buddy lives on Cranbrook, and he's constantly taking videos of his kids playing at Woburn Avenue playground. You know what? I gotta say, it's a pretty good playground. My wife's always saying, we should go up there and play with them. And I say, of course, we should. But it's like when you say to somebody, we should do lunch, which is followed by a silent, we're not going to. I'm just kind of suggesting it. So I would love to see my buddy and his kid, but at least now I can follow him on Instagram. So awesome playground. I point that out because it is a block away. Of course, where are we in relation to Yonge? We are 2 blocks. You can go to For the Win Board Game Cafe. I won't, because I like to stay at home and drink alone on Friday and Saturday night after my wife goes to bed. But if you're social, you can go to Yonge Street, and there's all kinds of stuff. Actually, where did we go for dinner the other night with my wife's grandparents? Parmigiano. I had fish. It was a terrible decision. I was trying not to have a 2,000-calorie bowl of pasta on a Monday night. So this also happens to fall into a very good school district, which is John Wanless. Now, let's do the thing here. John Wanless ranks an 8.0, 307th out of 3,064. All you need to know is that it is a fantastic school. So can't say enough about the area. Now, what can I say about the property? Well, let's look at one thing here. There's oil. That's a big red flag. Now, I had a client once tell me, oil's better, it burns cleaner. That was my British accent. And I thought, okay, cool. I was in my first year of real estate in 2004. I had no idea. And then I told people at the office, and they're like, I'm sorry, who said what? Most people do not like oil heat. It's a deal breaker for a lot of people. Now, is the tank buried in the front yard? If that's the case, you're in big trouble because of environmental seepage, etc. If it's in the basement, fine, rip it out and put in a furnace, but that's a big cost. So we'll take a look at the photos here. Again, for $1,000,001, this thing is not in exceptional shape, but may I remind you, it is $1,000,001. You could do a hell of a lot worse. So see this original freestanding wall? This could be a theme today in all these listings. Who has taken it out and who has not. The yellow paint is awful, but you can paint, you can replace the furniture with modern stuff. You can get new appliances. This is not as bad as it looks, I assure you. That is weird. I think they ran out of paint. That's really weird. Oh look, I actually have the exact same computer. Yeah, that's what I'm filming this on right now. I don't know what that was. That was a squirrel eating or me typing aggressively. So look, I know it needs a little bit of work, but guys, come on. It's $1,000,001 and it's on Woburn and it's a block from the park. So there's the basement. It is finished, high and dry, as they say, electric baseboard heat, and it's got a nice backyard. So guys, it's $1,000,001. What is it going to sell for? Let's take a look at this one. This sold around the corner on Brookdale. It's a 25-foot lot, which is wider, but it also had an oil tank. Interesting. This was listed at $1,199, sold $1,150, and this sold in January. So let's look at our friend here, which is on a 20 by 120 with a private drive. I don't believe that for a second. Do you see a private drive? No. And a detached garage, unless it's on a laneway. I'm literally just narrating my thoughts. But it's a 3-bed, 1-bath. You don't have the bathroom in the basement. You do have, it says partly finished, there's that one room. It's listed at $1,098, and here you've got $1,150, and it's substantially wider. And if you want to take a look at the photos, I'll show you. They did a better staging job and cleaned it up, but it's effectively the same footprint. So moral of the story is, actually no, it's a very different footprint. This is an extension. That is an actual family room addition. See that? There you go. So guys, at $1,150,000, I have to say that I think this is fairly priced. In actual fact, I would almost hesitate to guess that it is overpriced, except it's very seldom to see something on this price point not sell. So there you go. Woburn, I love the area. It's got potential. And imagine picking that thing up for $1.1 million. It is a fantastic buy. So let's move along to the next one. So 262 Castelfield. So different area altogether. Let me go to the map here, guys. And we're into the Allenby area now. So we're north of Eglinton. Again, proximity to park is amazing. Proximity to park, I'm just taking out all the prepositions. Proximity to the park is fantastic. This is where my wife goes during the day when I'm busy working. She sends me photos of my daughter, like I live in another country. Except I live here. Anyways, parenting woes aside, it is 2 blocks from Eglinton Park. It is a 23-foot semi, so marginally wider, but a lot deeper at 135 feet. So now we've got 3 beds, we've got 2 baths. Note that there's a 4-piece downstairs. This is not a powder room, and we have that elusive 4th bedroom downstairs. We have a finished basement and family room, yes. Family room, yes. Is there going to be a family room? Well, I don't know. Let's take a look. What do you see? Living room, dining room, breakfast area. Don't see no family room. Let's see. Second bedroom, third bedroom, master bedroom. Recreation room, bedroom. Wow. I don't know, George. I can't find the family room. This is what bothers me. There's no family room here. You're just saying there's a family room, and there is no family room. Bothers me. Other than that, I really like the house. Let's see the photos. Okay. Real parking. Fantastic. I really like this. I like red brick, too. Is that a Japanese red maple? Okay, so we've got radiant heat. Very, very typical layout. Again, have not opened up this wall here. Little, that's not an addition, but I'd say a little breakfast nook off the back. So again, this could use a little bit of TLC. I'm not using prepositions for some reason. So this is where you'd like to see it opened up. Overall, it shows really well. It's nicely updated. I like the original wainscoting. I'd probably do without these shelves because this person sitting there is going to bang their head against candlesticks. So there's your bathroom, bedroom 1, bedroom 2. What's happening here? I hope the kids don't see that. And there's the basement, rec room, bedroom, family room. Okay, so let me back up a second here. Backyard, climber. That's cool. You must really love your kids to put that in there. Because I was going to go with like a giant golf net for myself. Anyways, okay, so let's back this up here. So see this, when I mentioned you have that, quote, elusive fourth bedroom. Then they came down here and showed us that this is a rec room and not a bedroom. So this bothers me on this listing, guys, because they've said there's a family room and there isn't. I'm going to get comfortable if you don't mind. They said there's a family room and there isn't. They've said there's a bedroom in the basement and there isn't because it is a rec room. So you got to do a little bit more digging here, I guess. Now, other than that, and you know that I'm very good at pointing out things that I don't like, other than that, this one's actually a pretty good house. I mean, location's great. Close to parks, close to the future LRT. It's in a very nice neighborhood. I love the curb appeal. It's got parking. Hits most of the marks on the inside. And then the question is, of course, what is it going to sell for? Let's take a look at this one, guys. This sold for $1,165,000. Ignore this, $795,000. Drives me crazy. It's listing agents do it a lot. These particular listing agents, 147% of list. I mean, it obviously worked. So this had no parking. It had no family room, but this one doesn't either. 3 + 1 and 2. Now, check this out. See this? Rec room lower, fourth bedroom lower. It actually did have the bedroom. So it's got the bedroom, it's got the rec room, it's got the 4-piece downstairs. It's on a narrower lot. And then on the inside, let's take a look. It's not bad. I mean, this staircase kind of screws things up because of these 2 steps. Like, it almost feels like you walk in and the dining room is in the foyer. This layout, I don't love. So, the apple and the wine's weird. All right, there we go. So there is the rec room, and there's the bedroom. They're 2 different things. It's not the same goddamn thing. That looks kind of jail-like. Not the same thing. Like our good friend at Castelfield. So this sells for $1,165,000 in the winter. This guy here at $1,195,000. To me, apples to apples. Better house, only because of the way the main floor is laid out. Now, the other one has a better basement. The other one has, this has legal front yard parking, and this is a wider lot. So, I don't know. Once again, call me crazy. I think this is accurately priced. I think this has a ceiling of $1,250,000. There you go. Okay, let's move along to, yes, 609 Milwood. This is so interesting. This came out at $1,299,000. They relisted higher at $1,499,000. Sorry, $1,429,000 or $1,399,000. Now they're back down to $1,236,000, which is fantastic because that's probably where it should have been all along. So this is in Davisville Village, and this is a house I actually like a lot. I'm going to try to show it on the weekend. So it's very close to Bayview. Remember, our good friend Leaside is right on the other side. This is Davisville Village. It is a block and a half from Morris Cody School District. There's always this annoying crossing guard that's right here trying to get me to slow down, you know, like there are children trying to cross the street, and I'm like, I got places to go. That was a joke for those of you that have kids. Okay, so location is great. It's 2 blocks from the school, and it is a very quiet neighborhood when people like me aren't driving their souped-up Mustang. I don't own a Mustang. As fast as can be. So proximity to Bayview is great. Transit's, you know, not fantastic, but there is the, what do I want to call it? Davisville 11. That's how long it's been since I've taken the bus from there. And it is actually 2 blocks from Value Mart, which was called Mr. Grocer back in the day. I applied for a job there in 1995. Didn't get it. So the house itself is a 23 by 100 foot lot. It's a little bit smaller. What it has that's unique is this crazy private double drive and detached garage. So let me show you the house itself. So you can see it's a corner lot. Some people don't like that. These photos look like they were from months ago because I think that's when it first came out. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm officially this guy. I can't believe I'm going to be 38 this summer. Okay, so interior layout is nice and open. Staging job is pretty good. Here you can see this wall. This wall is always here. It's in all these houses except the last one that we're going to see. The footprint's not huge, and that might be because of the lot size. I'd like to see this window back another 6 to 8 feet because this is kind of shrunk. So if you were to, let's say, rearrange this furniture, how would you actually put a TV? TV up here, couch has to go here. That's kind of the rub. I feel like a lot of people are looking at it as it's too small. It's really nicely done. All new pot lights, crown mold eggs, flooring, etc. It just might be the layout. So behind this wall, of course, is the kitchen. You've got a little eat-in area there. And we'll take a look up at the bedrooms. Let's go upstairs. So there we go. Bedroom and bedroom and bedroom. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, that's bad staging because it shows that you can't actually fit a bed there because of this bulkhead. So you have to be how short to sleep there? Okay, moving on. So nice little double sink there. Basement, awkward placement of that chair. This plant is probably to block out the little bars that are there. So the basement's decent. I mean, you don't love these lights, neither do I. That's fine. I don't know why they wouldn't drywall over that and put a couple of pots in because those are like 90s neon style. So good staging job there. What I'm interested to know is this happens to be looking at what? What is here? Because if it's a door to the furnace room, where are you going to put your TV? So here you can see this yellowish look. So you can paint walls and you can put down new trim after you do the new flooring. But if this is a door that's from the 90s and it's got this little gold handle here, people can tell that you did a half reno. Also those neon lights as well. So there's your backyard, very nice. And there's your big garage, big honkin' garage, double car private. Awesome value. So I gotta say, I mean, it's not as good a house as some of the other semis we're looking at, but $1,236,000 and 16 days in the market. I don't want to say that they take 1.2, but for a 3-bed semi in the central core, unbelievable value. Now this falls into Morris Cody School District, which of course I told you about. Let's see, Morris Cody, 8.2. 8.2, 224th out of 3,064. So far we've seen really good school districts. The last one was in, no, I did Woburn. Where did I go after that? I did Castelfield. Castelfield is in Allenby. I know I'm going backwards here, but let's see, where's Allenby? Allenby right there, 8.4. So we had an 8, an 8.2, and an 8.4. We are crushing the schools right now. So Milwood, I really like this. Let me show you, there's a floor plan actually, just to give you an idea. See this? I mentioned you walk into the foyer, and your staircase is here. You can't really do much here other than put a staging chair. So the question is, this is 12 by 12, let's say. Your TV goes here. What do? Do you put a couch here? How do you get by? Do you put a couch here? How do you get by? That's my only real qualm. Other than that, you know what? Was the basement rec room. So my question was, what were you facing where that couch was? I can't really get a sense of it. Couch was here, so you might have been facing the door to the laundry room, as I said. Nice that they put, this is kind of funny, a floor plan of the garage. It's a box. Okay, so anyways, guys, I really like this one for $1.2 million. You absolutely cannot go wrong. Woo! I thought that would go better. Okay, let's move on because my favorite house is next. Here we go, 505 Sutherland. Who's biased towards Lee side? Wait, let me try that again. Who has 2 thumbs and is biased towards Lee side? This guy. No, sounded better in my head before I wrote it. Okay, I am biased towards this because, yes, it is Lee side. It's also probably the nicest house of the lot. Let's take a look. Map-wise, where are we? We're in North Lee side, and as I've said on many occasions, okay, my first house was here in Parkhurst, and then I ended up in Besborough. South Lee side versus North Lee side. Didn't get along. It was like Shelbyville versus Springfield. North Lee siders were all about, you know, throwing a frisbee and maybe bouncing a hacky sack. Maybe going for a bike ride. I don't know. South Lee siders like me, we were like, let's go take lighter fluid, pour it on a tennis ball, light it on fire, and then kick it in between the church and the school at St. Anselm's on Parents' Night so that people look and go, oh my God, there are 2 kids kicking a fireball, and then you run away and run all the way home. And that did not happen to me. in 1992. We were troublemakers. I don't know what to say. I cannot believe I just said that. I may edit this part out. But anyways, jokes aside, there's no real difference between the two areas. I would honestly say that North Leaside, the people just seem a little bit more outdoorsy. All the friends I had growing up that were into canoeing and biking and cross-country skiing, they all happen to live in North Leaside. And maybe it is because of this. You have access to Serena Gundy Park, which, as you can see from here, is this massive park system that when we were kids, when we went on family bike rides, we'd go all the way down here to Edwards Gardens, and you can go to Sunnybrook Park, and I believe you can get to the stables from here somewhere. But there's this massive network of parks and green space that you can access if you live in North Leaside. So from the clientele that I've put in the area, that's the biggest selling feature. This also happens to be 2 blocks from North Lee, which also has a French immersion. And if we go like this, can't believe I told that fireball story, 8.8, we're up to 8.8. 89th out of 3,064. How can you possibly go wrong? Bye, boys. So the house is a semi like the others, mutual drive, but it's an actual wide mutual drive. You can really get a car through there. See that? That's an SUV. Look at the space through there. Fantastic. This is neat. This reminds me, in my mind's eye, of trick-or-treating on Parkhurst in South Leaside. Old semis, yeah, down Parkhurst towards Laird. Sorry, ignore the flashbacks. So now in here, we're going to see basically what we've seen before, except there's one big difference. You see it? Let me go back. Here, they've opened up the kitchen. They've taken out that freestanding wall. So they've made this look a lot bigger by wall mounting this TV. It looks like there's a C from the couch. Like having to get up and get the remote. You're like, I don't know if there'll be time. It's 10 feet away. But it's actually a really big room. So here you can see they've opened this up. And guys, honestly, it makes all the world of difference. When you have that enclosed kitchen, it feels really boxy. I really like this. See that? That's original, this rounded archway. Very cool. So it's actually pretty nicely done overall. May not be your taste. I never cared for this particular photo. It's sort of that like snail's view. But other than that, I like everything. I really do. The finishes may not be your taste, but this thing's killer. It really is. I sound like Guy Fieri. That's how he always describes food. Killer sauce, man. Diners, drive-ins, and dives. Have you heard of it? No? Okay, so bedrooms, they all look the same. We can skip through those. Bathrooms nicely updated. We're always interested in the basement. Now, here's where things get interesting. The pipes. Danny boy, the pipes, they're calling. This is honestly the way my mind works. And then I think when we're editing this, we're going to throw in all these cues, and we never do. The pipes. So I don't know why they didn't try to hide these. I guess maybe it would have really reduced the ceiling height. But this is the one area where this house is somewhat lacking, because the rest of it's absolutely beautiful. So you've got a nice big basement. It's high and it's dry. I absolutely hate these stupid plug-in furnaces. I don't love all this shelving here, although I guess it's good for kids. There's just something about this basement that just didn't do it for me. Maybe it's just the way that it photographs. So nice big back deck, could use a power washing. That reminds me, I have to power wash my mom's deck. She's away for her 70th birthday. Will she watch this in London? There's no way she'll watch this in London. Should I edit that out? I'm going to go power wash her deck tomorrow, and then when she comes back, she'll have a brand new looking deck. You know what? I don't think she's going to watch this while she's visiting my nieces in London, although she might actually be that addicted to my blog. Okay, anyways, what was I saying? This needs a power wash, that's fine, but it's a nice big space. You can get a 6-person table out there and a beautiful barbecue. And then here, you're seeing the backyard showing the lot. There you go. It actually, that's behind the garage. It actually starts here, comes all the way out, and then expands. I really like that position. In terms of this lot, the way they've not built the garage at the very, very back and then, essentially paved over what would have been grass. And this is very typical in Leaside. So there you go. So you can see the garage behind it is the grass, of course. Okay, so it is a 133.5-foot lot. That's what I like about this. Really deep lot, 23 feet wide. I've said way too much about this. I sound biased. Did I mention it's in North Lee? Okay, let me go to the floor plan here for a sec. The basement, this rec room, media center, fireplace. You know what? I don't hate it. There's just the pipes. It's just the way that looked didn't do it for me. Anyways, love that house. Okay, one more, guys. I'm going way over time here. We're going to blow through this quickly. I added this on Deloraine because I wanted to show you what the next step up is. So don't forget, where's my little list here? We had number of baths, lot size, the basement, whether it's finished or not, what type of parking you have, is there a family room, in the school district. So all the school districts have been great. Now this also falls in John Wanless, which John Wanless, which was an 8.0, right? 8 is the lowest of all these houses. We've seen John Wanless is an 8, North Lee is an 8.8, Morris Cody was an 8.2, I think, and then Allenby was an 8.4, somewhere in there. So great school district. Let me show you their floor plan. Okay, here we go. You ready for this? It's happening. It's happening. Living room, dining room, family room. I've been told when I yell, it gets muffled. This is a family room. It's a different room. It's not a living room on the main floor. It's not a bedroom in the basement. It's not a rec room in the basement. It's its own room. It's an extension. I'm sweating from that. And as you can see, let me zoom out. This, I wish they had lined this up with this. See this footprint here? It corresponds to this footprint here, which means that they built this off of the main. And if you wanted to at any point, you can build over top of the family room. So that's why this gets an uptick, a massive uptick, because of that main floor family room. Let's take a look at it. Does this look like the one we just saw on Lee's side? Pretty much, maybe different spindles. Same wall here. Living room on the one side, dining room, and then, huzzah, we actually have an extension off the back. That is a family room. Why do they have that table there? Yes, I'm shouting. They have a table there, and then a table there. They have 2 dining tables. Table 1, table 2. I'm not a stager. I just would never have put a 6-person dining room table in the goddamn, gosh darn, family room. It doesn't make any sense. Look at this. 2 doors, 2 skylights. This reminds me of my friend's house on Sutherland growing up. I can't figure it out. That doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, I don't love it any less. I just think it's absolutely ridiculous that they have, look, here's your dining room, and here's another dining room. So weird. Okay. But this, as you can see, is an extension. This is a real family room. So you still have a galley kitchen. What are you going to do? Could have blown that out if you wanted to, and then basically made it into one big dining kitchen like the Sutherland house. So this is the master with an ensuite. Kids, and then you've got the basement. So, and then there's a 4-piece downstairs. Okay, so let me show you this because I was confused by it for a second. See this? 1x3 second, 1x4 second, 1x3 basement. So this hit on all of the, all it's missing really is a private driveway, but this hit on all of the sort of extras that we're looking for in a potential fully done semi. First of all, it has 3 bathrooms, not 1 like Woburn, and not 2 like most of the other ones. It has 3 bathrooms. Of those bathrooms, it has an ensuite. So when I said earlier, are you going to buy a house and share a bathroom with your kids when they're 17? No, this has an ensuite to the master. You will almost never ever find that in this either price range or this type of house. And then of course it has the main floor family room extension. So I think this house will do very well. I mean, it's already listed at 1.5. I don't know what the strategy is here. I mean, I could see it at $1,550,000, $1,600,000. You're really pushing $1,600,000. I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest. I don't think so. It sounds like I'm really pushing everything down this week. Now, that's not indicative necessarily of my feeling of the market. I just think maybe people are pricing closer to fair market value. And if it was me, I might do the same thing because I don't know how much demand there is out there for a fully done semi. Boy, there was one I bid on earlier with clients this year. I think it's up for $1,928,000 actually, so it's a pretty different price point. But that was detached, had a lot more features. So you know what? Fine. Maybe this is slightly underpriced. But anyway, so for what it is, it's a fantastic house, and it really shows you what you can do with that original 3-bed, 1-bath, unfinished oil tank in the basement floor plan, and eventually one day turn it into this. Wow, I'm almost at a half hour. Okay, guys, that's it for this week. So, in conclusion, your central core, 3-bed semis, what you want to look for. I know I already did this a couple times. We know we're starting with 3 beds. Does it have a second bathroom? Does it have a third like this one? Is the basement finished? And does it, of course, have that bathroom down there? Is there an ensuite? We don't have to list all this. What is the lot size? Big difference between 25 and 20. What's the parking situation? Is there a main floor family room? And what school district are we in? The great part about the central core is that all of these houses are in really, really good school districts. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Guys, have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.